Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with another mixed Manny chat here on New Year's Eve of 2024. My nails are naked and really messed up. This one broke. If you're new to my channel, you're probably thinking, why do you sound so weird, Wendy? Well, I am losing my voice from being sick, and so it is what it is. I wanted to record this really quick. I have 19 minutes to do this Manny because I have a prime rib in an Instant Pot waiting for me, and I gotta make sure that I am done with my nails by the timer ends. And so let's get started, shall we? If you're new here, I am just a person that does my nails and chit chat about life. These are my little mini video logs of how life's going, and I typically use Color Street. Sometimes I will use conventional nail polish. Today we're using Color Street. I have a ton of leftover sets that I wanted to use because I have this hole punch here, a diamond shaped hole punch that I wanted to cut some little pieces out to make a little mosaic for an accent ring finger. This is my New Year's Eve Manny. It's being slapped together based on how I feel, and I feel very chaotic, so it's gonna look pretty chaotic. We're gonna start though with the base, Midnight Shift, so let's do this. The last video that I had done was right before Christmas, and I mentioned that we took the kiddos to go see Santa Claus, and we watched Sonic 3, which was a lot of fun. But the rest of that week just kind of went downhill. We did have Christmas celebrations on Christmas Eve, because that's when my significant other, Panda Bear, and his family typically celebrates Christmas on Christmas Eve. And so I had taken a couple days off before Christmas so that we had time to wrap the presents and cook the dishes that I was in charge of cooking and all of that. And all of that went pretty well. I made 2 different kinds of cookies. I was responsible for making roasted Brussels sprouts. Timed everything pretty well so that I was able to have it all done and ready. But poor Panda Bear's sister, Mama Carla, was under the weather, and she was responsible for like the majority of the dishes for Christmas Eve, and she was doing this, what a trooper, while sick, and God bless her, she still banged out an amazing meal. Although we ate really late, and not only was she sick, but her daughter Lilith was also sick. So basically it was the flu. Lilith had a fever of 104, but she's okay, she's recovering. And Carla was also very sick, but we managed to have Christmas Eve anyways with folks there. But Panda Bear did get sick from that night. We didn't get home until really late Christmas Eve, and when we woke up Christmas morning, I wasn't feeling the greatest, but I was still okay. I wasn't fully sick yet, but Panda Bear was sick, and he was planning on going over to Mama Carla's house to help take care of Lilith and Carla. But then when I went into my home office where my doggy Buddha usually sleeps, I found him laying in his own vomit, and he was not responsive. And so I let Panda Bear know, and Panda Bear took a look and took action quickly. He called around and found a local emergency pet hospital that was open on Christmas Day, and we took Buddha in. But unfortunately, based on their preliminary tests for him, they said that due to his age, which he is over 16 years old, but due to his age, his prior experience of a seizure back in 2021, which he did recover from. I have videos of us nursing him back to health when that occurred. But due to that, and we had two options. One, we could pay to have an MRI done, and it would have cost thousands of dollars to do it, just to see what they think would have been a diagnosis for cancer, or we could put him down. And so we had to make the tough decision of putting Buddha down on Christmas Day. So that was really hard because, I went in knowing that that was a possibility. We talked about it, Panda Bear and I, and Buddha's lived a long life, but his health has been declining the past few months. He's been running into walls, going potty all over the house in the wrong places, and we knew that it was likely that we would have to make that tough decision, and so we did. And even knowing that we had to make that decision, it was still one of the toughest things and saddest things to have to go through, to have Buddha basically die in my arms. So Christmas was one of the saddest days, but after dealing with that, we didn't have time to rest because we still need to head over to Mama Carla's house to help take care of Carla and Lilith. And also, at that point, Panda Bear was completely wiped out. And, sorry, this is midnight shift. I'm going to be putting Home Sweet Home on my ring finger because I'm going to be layering the other colors over as a little mosaic on the ring finger. But yeah, we went to Mama Carla's house and went to helping clean the house, do some laundry, heat up food for the kiddos, except for Lilith because Lilith wasn't feeling well, and let Mama Carla rest and provide her some meds and all of that so that she can have a speedy recovery from being under the weather. And I had taken all of the Christmas gifts that were open the night before and organized them in the girls' bedroom so that things were easy to find and they all had a home and they weren't just laying around in the living room taking up space. And then Panda Bear was not feeling well, so he was kind of doing his own recovery and taking meds and all of that. But yeah, that was pretty much Christmas. By the time the day after Christmas rolled around, I was supposed to be working that day. I did clock in on time to work. I was able to process timesheets, and I was able to respond to a lot of the emails that I had missed while being out before Christmas. But halfway through my day, it was apparent that I couldn't concentrate. One, because I had headaches, body aches, slight fever, trouble breathing because my nose was stuffed up and my throat was sore. My left ear was clogged. I was a hot mess day after Christmas. Add on top of that, feeling super depressed because Buddha was no longer with us. And yeah, I decided to call it, clocked out of work, and took sick leave for the rest of the day. And on Friday, I couldn't even get out of bed. I sent a message to my manager and was like, I don't feel well at all. And so most of Friday was just resting and trying to recover, while still trying not to cry as much as I wanted to cry. But yeah, I don't even remember too much. All I know is it was very hard to breathe. I do remember not taking a shower for a few days. I was that much of a mess. Definitely a hot mess. But by Saturday night, I was at a point where I didn't want to be too far behind on work, and I asked Panda Bear if it was okay for us to go into the office on Sunday so that I could just take care of a few things. And so he said that if we were both feeling better by then, or well enough at least, we can do that. And so, Sunday came and we were at the office for a good 4 hours or so, from like 9 to like 2, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, that's like 5 hours almost, actually. But caught up on some work, got things prepped for Monday, and then came home to rest some more. One good thing was, I guess, from being sick, is we finally took time to catch up on some of the shows that we have been putting aside because we've been so busy this year. So we did finish, finally, the Korean drama that we were watching called Love Next Door. We caught up to Cobra Kai. These are both on Netflix. Actually, all of them were on Netflix. And we got back into watching Suits. So, yeah. Monday, though, was insane because there were so many different projects at work that had to go out that day. And so luckily, on Sunday, I did a lot of prep work. And it was a skeleton crew for us. There was only 4 of us available to answer phone calls and emails that were coming in. There were over 21 phone calls that the 4 of us took care of, so I was really proud of my team members that were at the office working with me yesterday. And I sounded like this. My voice was barely there, but I was still answering phone calls the best I could. And, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We got our projects all out on time because I have an amazing team. And it really, I was at the office from like 5:30 in the morning until after 7 at night, just to make sure things were all taken care of. There were a couple of files that I was looking for that I had to dig through. It was like a needle in a haystack. But right before Panda Bear came to pick me up, I found them. I found all of the files I needed to find, and it was meant to be. It was kismet. Just left work, even though working more than my normal 8-hour shift. I was in high spirits, only to come home, and first thing I do is look down on the floor because I'm so used to looking for Buddha. Of course, no Buddha. But anyways, I might have to do a part 2 of this video because I realized that I only got 3 minutes left. I'm not going to be able to do the mosaic part, so I'm probably going to cut it short and then come back after I take the roast out of the Instant Pot and do a part 2 to this. So yeah, talk about not planning this properly. But yes, or I might just hit stop or pause. No, I'll hit pause. That's what I'll do. I'll hit pause, and then that way it won't be 2 videos. It'll still be the 1 video. Or we'll see how much we can get. No, yeah, I will have to hit pause. But yeah, today I worked a full day at the office, and now I'm back at home and trying to multitask yet again, taking care of a bunch of things all at once. So, you know, cooking the prime rib, which I do every New Year's Eve now, in honor and memory of my Uncle Harry, who used to cook this. Well, he didn't use an Instant Pot. He did it the old-fashioned way in the oven. But he used to do it for New Year's Eve. And once upon a time, I used to be invited to those dinners. And yeah, so when he passed away during the pandemic in 2020, was it in 2020 or 2021? He passed away like right on the cusp of like the holidays before Panda Bear's dad passed away. But I've been cooking prime rib every New Year's Eve in memory of him. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna hit pause right now, and I'll magically be back to finish off the mosaic. Okay, I'm back by the magic powers of the pause button and the play button or record button. My hands might be a little oily, which isn't gonna help the color streak stay, but this is just for one night, and so I really don't care. I care more about how the prime rib comes out, which is currently tinted for 15 to 20 minutes, so I've got just about that much time to finish my mosaic. So let's open up. So I had Sleet home. I did midnight shift. These names of these sets just kind of called out to me, not just because of the color combos, but because of how they're named. And midnight shift makes me think of all the long work hours that I've put in this year in 2024, and I thought that was a good way to recap the year. Home Sleet Home is, you know, I'm a homebody. I love being at home. We don't get snow here in my part of California, but it would be nice to see a little bit of white Christmas. It would be a Christmas miracle for sure, but we're past that now. But Buddha, my precious Buddha, he was a Maltese poodle mix, a Maltipoo, and he was white, just like Home Sleet Home. So this is representative of my Buddha, a little Buddha bear, who I would have named Buddy, but the story with Buddha is that originally when I went to pick Buddha up, I had asked for a girl puppy because my previous dog, Sabrina, was a girl, and the seller of the puppies claimed that Buddha was a girl named Chiquita because he liked bananas. Well, anyways, long story short, found out that he was a boy, healthy boy, according to the vet, and so had to rename him. Originally I picked out the name Lila because I wanted a name that my mom could easily pronounce, being that English is her second language, with Chinese being her first, Cantonese and Mandarin, that is, and so I was gonna possibly name Buddha Buddy, but my younger sister Michelle was like, Buddy's so generic. What about Buddha? And that's how Buddha became Buddha. But I still secretly call him Buddy sometimes. Or I did when he was alive. And yeah, so that's what Home Sleet Home represents. Shangri-La is just really pretty, and I thought that would be a nice sparkle. And then I have Fiesta y Siesta and Holidaze, just because I wanted to add a whole mix of different colors into this mosaic, and so we're gonna do it. And so, in fact, let's start off with Fiesta y Siesta because it's the most colorful one. Work our way through. But what else can we talk about as a recap of 2024? As I mentioned, we lost Buddha, but we also lost Panda Bear and Mama Carla's Uncle Carlos. He was battling with, I think it was blood cancer, and he was diagnosed almost 6 years ago, and he finally lost his battle. Actually, it was not that long right before Buddha passed too, right before the holidays. It was really sad. I only knew Uncle Carlos for about, I think it was like 6 or so years. No, a little over more than 6 years. I knew him right before he was diagnosed. Oh yeah, let's see. You know what's funny about this punch? So, if you came to this channel from one of the other YouTubers, my inspo, Stacy Adams, and you know Angela Stalter, she created this beautiful mosaic Manny using this diamond punch, and I asked her where she got it from. There's a link that she gave, and I purchased it. Only, this is how bad I am. This is my Dory brain. I didn't remember I already opened one. So, silly me, I now have 2 of these diamond hole punch in my possession. So yeah. But that's what happens when you live in a house full of stuff that's like needs to be Marie Kondo'd again as far as organization goes. But I digress. I realize I did not take out my tweezers, which I need my tweezers in order to pick up these suckers. So let's do this. Alright. So, sorry. I banged my head against my ring light. That's not helpful. It shakes the camera, so I apologize. I really don't edit any of my videos. I just kind of plow through them. This video is the first one where I have pushed pause on, which I almost never do that, but priorities. I needed to make sure I did not mess up my prime rib. That thing is hell expensive. You don't want to mess up a prime piece of meat that's supposed to feed 2 households. So yeah. But let me just put this down real quick. We don't really need to make it match per se, but I do have a little bit OCD about symmetry, and so I do kind of try to align that as much as I can. I realize Shangri-La is not gonna look the best punched out, so what I might actually do is put Shangri-La across my pointer fingers. Let's see. If I did that, would it shine through under the, or maybe put it right here? Yeah, we could put it right here to cover up some flaws. Let's do it. Sorry, always calling audibles on my nail look because I don't ever always stick to the plan. But that's what Shangri-La looks like if you wanted to know what it looks like over a solid or a dark color. Midnight Shift's not really a full-on solid, it's kind of an ombre. I mean, it isn't kind of an ombre, it is an ombre. But yeah, let's throw that over real quick. Oh boy, melty, melty, melty. But yeah, oh no, this one doesn't want to stick, does it? It's because of the oil. Might be because of the prime rib oil. Whoopsie daisy. Move over, Shangri-La. There we go. Good enough. Look at that diamond shine. Okay, back to what I was doing. Let's cut up Mind Matters. Let's see if there's a big one I could use. Oh, this one right here is perfect. Here we go. Take that. Let's punch it. Let's just punch a whole bunch of them. There's no rhyme or reason. Let's just punch them. close enough. Okay, let's lay that down. Holy cow. Why did I pick such a complicated mani to do on New Year's Eve? Well, I'll tell you why, because Shannon Paetzel, the coloristry stylist that I support, has her December nail fee challenge that is tiling, doing a tile look, and I wanted to do a mani for that before the close of the month, and so here we are, struggling through it. I've got 4 minutes to do this, although the prime rib's just resting now, so it can be served at any time. I already had checked the temperature and it was already good to go. So yeah, if the timer goes off, it really doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, let's cut some Holidaze. Forgot what this purple one was. This is what happens when I don't remember to keep the labels. But Shannon Paetzel's challenge, I'm trying to achieve that tonight before going to my sister-in-law, Mama Carla's house to celebrate New Year's Eve, hoping that the kiddos will be excited. Oh, I was going to talk about this. Sub-Zero Sweet Supply here in Irvine, California, if you're local to Southern California, makes freeze-dried candies and treats. And I just got our order, and I will be bringing it to Mama Carla's house for us all to enjoy. Never had freeze-dried candies before, so we're all gonna try them together, see if we like them, but we shall see. But yeah, really low-key New Year's Eve, because we're all recovering from being sick. So yeah, but let's see if I can get this to look semi-decent here. What else can I talk about as far as 2024 goes? Some lighter good news. Oh no, that looks ugly. I gotta take that off before it gets ruined there. The lighter news is my pops, who has been in a catheter for over 16 months, was finally able to remove the catheter and pee on his own. And it was a Christmas miracle. We got to see my niece Emmeline perform in the Nutcracker, and my pops didn't have any issues with holding his pee and then going pee. Is that TMI? I feel like that's TMI. You know what's more TMI? Is that because I've been sick, I've had to wear incontinence pads, because every time I cough or sneeze, I would piss myself. That is TMI. So yeah. But if it's your first time watching my channel, oh, you are just seeing the most unhinged Manny chat of the year, I think. And it's all good. See, there goes the prime rib. Alright, but let me just finish tiling this here, because it's starting to look really nice, in fact, I think. Don't you think? But yeah. Now I'm just fishing for stuff to talk about while I finish this tiling. Let's see. Oh, there was this cute game that I didn't buy because it was expensive, but it was on Target, at Target, I should say, on or at Target.com or whatever, and it was called Ants in My Pants, and it's a panda bear with a pair of suspender pants, and the object of the game is to have the players flick these ants into the pants of Panda, and I was so tempted to buy that game because Uncle Panda Bear, is kind of the alpha authority figure at the house, and it would be hilarious for the kiddos to play that game where they're flicking ants into Uncle Panda's pants, but it's too expensive. If it ever goes on sale though, I left it in my Target account shopping cart, but if it ever goes on sale, I will definitely buy it because I feel like it would be a really fun game to play with the kiddos. But I did purchase sorry, I did purchase some other games that were really inexpensive games, and I'm excited to is that gonna even show up? That's probably not gonna show up. Darn. I was hoping that might show up. That's not gonna show up. Anyways, I bought this Minions matching game that just arrived in the mail today, so I'm gonna bring that over and see if the kiddos want to play that. I used to love matching games when I was growing up, you know, where you just flip all the cards over and then you flip two at a time, trying to match up as many pairs as possible. I used to love playing that. And then I also bought this other game that was called, I think it was called Shark Bite. Shoot, this is not matching. Let's put you here. Put you there. That's gonna have to do. Like that. How's that? But yeah, that game, Shark Bite, the object of that game is to try to fish out of his mouth without being bitten. And we'll see how that game plays over. I love card games though, and I hope that tonight the adults, while ringing in the new year, could play a few rounds of Cards Against Humanity. That would be awesome. Alright. I need 1, 2, maybe 2 more. Oh, do I have any more midnight shift? Maybe I should add a little midnight shift. Yeah, let's see if I could tie it in with a little midnight shift. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a hot mess, Manny. If you watch this whole video all the way through and you're not confused and you're like, yeah, I'm here for this hot mess, Manny, like, subscribe if you haven't already, share, comment, leave a comment, let me know if you have any fun plans for New Year's Eve. If you're watching this after New Year's Eve, you can also talk about what you did for New Year's Eve, if anything. Any goals for 2025? One goal I have for 2025 is to try and do better as far as posting more consistently. Now, I'm not gonna give myself a schedule to do videos because I just have no control over how busy work will be and how busy life of being the cool auntie will be, but I will try and post. Hopefully once a week. Alright. I need to add one here. Yeah, one. Which one though? Probably more Mind Matters. Shoot. Oh, shoot. What? Stop it. There we go. Sorry. So, I record these videos in my home office, and I live with the Rents. My parents, I call them the Rents, and Panda Bear. And sometimes you might hear talking in the background. Sometimes you might hear ringing phones from the landline. And you know, it's okay. Life just comes at us. And that is what happens here. Oh, I bumped the stand again. I keep doing that because I have a curler on my bangs, because I wanted to at least have a little bit of a lift on the bangs. And the little curl keeps bumping in to the stand because I am not doing a good job of keeping it away. And I apologize if I'm like completely off the camera too. Like, I'm not paying any attention to the camera angle at this point because I just want to get this mosaic finished here. And so yeah, we are pretty much at the end point here because I'm getting a little bit hangry, and I can smell that prime rib just sitting out and ready to be carved so that I can leave some with the rents before we head on over to Mama Carla's house. So I need to hurry up and finish this. I feel like I need to add more, but I don't know if adding more is going to make it look too much like an ugly sweater. Let's add one more different color into the mix, why don't we? Why not? Oh, these are so super melty. What the heck? Just punch it. Who cares? At this point, we're just trying to get this done. I don't really know. What did I just punch out? Is that even gonna fit anywhere? Ugh. Shoot, I'm off camera, aren't I? My goodness. Oh my gosh, that's it. We might just call it quits. This might be as good as it gets for this New Year's Eve Manny for 2024. Let's just throw one last one on the edge right here. Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna stay? It doesn't want to stay. Close enough. Nah, you know what? Screw it. We're done. I'm so done. I am just going to go ahead and add a top coat offline. But this is my hot mess mixed Manny for New Year's Eve 2024 because why not? A little unfinished, but that's okay. Screw it. We're not going anywhere. We're staying in. But if you watched all the way through, thank you so much. And yeah, I came from a channel of I was doing vlogs about getting healthy during the pandemic. Then I made all of those hidden, and then I decided one day after discovering Stacy Adams' channel, and I used to watch Tara Stoddard's channel. She's not posting right now due to personal reasons and life, but they inspired me to do my own channel, and I've been having a lot of fun recording vlogs. It's a great way for me to look back to and just see what Manny I was wearing when things were happening in my life at that time. So yeah, thank you for your support. You know, I had like 18 subscribers and now I have like 200 some subscribers. It's crazy how a couple years could do that. But yeah, thank you for all of your support and thanks for watching. And if you got to this point and you watched the whole thing, you don't know what to comment below, go ahead and comment the party emoji, the one with the little smiley face with the little party, what do you call that thing? You blow on it and it makes noises, whatever, the little party emoji, you know, he's got a party hat and a little thing. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, use that as the emoji. And fireworks. Party emoji, fireworks. And I will see you guys in the next year, 2025. Here's wishing everyone 2025 will be amazing. Alright, peace.